Good morning, my beautiful Cancers. How are you? And welcome, welcome for those of you who are new to my channel to Love, Light, and Blessings. My name is Violetta. I am a psychic medium and an intuitive card reader. So please, if this does resonate with you, please hit the like, share, and subscribe button and make sure that you click on the bell so that whenever I upload a video, you will be notified. For those of you who are returning to my channel, thank you for your support and your love. I am blessed just to have you as a subscriber. Thank you for those of you who have donated to my channel and to my readings that I give. I appreciate that as well. For those of you who would like a more one-on-one reading with me, narrow down what the general reading is all about, because it is not going to resonate with everyone, please look at the description box down below for that information. Okay? All right, guys. So let's get started with your reading. This is for January 9th through January 16th. Though please know, guys, that at the time you click on this video is the time you're meant to receive the message. So it is timeless as well. Some of this could happen in the next week, week and a half, and may not happen for you for 2 months or, 3 months, whatever the case may be, because these are just messages from the universe. Does not necessarily mean it's going to actually happen in that time span, okay? I did pre-shuffle all of these decks off screen, so I'm only going to shuffle them on screen 3 to 4 times. Dear Heavenly Father, Creator, the Keeper of the universe, the Archangels, the Guardian Angels, the Ascended Masters, our beautiful, beautiful spirit guides, our spirit animals, our ancestors that have gone before my beautiful Cancers so that they can be here today to receive the messages that they're meant to receive. Keepers of the light, keepers of the light, keepers of the light. What are the messages? Please be clear. Please be decisive. Please let them know right away what this message is that is for their highest good, all in accordance of the will of Creator. Amen. Aho. Ayaya. What is the message, keepers of the light, from my beautiful Cancer people? For my beautiful water energies, what is the message? Thank you, Spirit. They had 2 cards pop out right away for you guys. So the first card that came out for you guys is, I'm going to try and pronounce some of these cards, the pronunciations are hard. Cernanos, and it's all about the life force. Express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. Ooh la la. So what is it that you guys are very passionate about? Okay, what is it that you guys, now this could be work related, this could be art, this could be, some type of hobby that you do that you're very passionate about. And this could literally be, either you're currently in a relationship or you're coming into relationship, and, and it's could be a relationship with source, with the universe, with God, Creator, whatever it is to you. Okay. Or, this could be like a magnetism between 2 people, like that life force energy between the 2 of you is very strong and it's pulling you together. Maybe you're fighting the connection for whatever reason, and Spirit is saying, when it's a life force pull, it. Okay. And this could also be someone, I also get from this card, the other message is, it's time for you to really become one with nature. Take some time go out into nature, close your eyes, sit under a tree, and just feel the energy coming from the earth. Feel that life force energy. And just by pulling that up into your body is gonna explode and ignite your inner light. And once you awaken that inner light, all things are going to start to change for you, okay, and for the better, okay. And for some of you, the other thing I like about this card is, like, if you're not in relationship with someone, someone is going to be coming across your path that, see the eyes on this card, it's like you two are going to see each other, you're going to lock horns. You got a couple of sets of horns here to lock. And it's going to be like sexual play, you know, like teasing each other, but teasing each other with your eyes. Like your minds are connected. It's like, you know, you're looking across the room, they're looking across the room at you, and, you know, you're having like all these like sexual fantasy thoughts in your head, and, you know, at the same time they are too, and it's like you guys can feel that pull. So have fun, guys. The next energy, yeah, of course you get that one, right? Be sensual, sexual, and then the next energy is Mother Mary, love and peace. But Mother Mary means, you know, this, if this is a relationship that you're in, and I'm feeling pulled that this is going to end up being either a mix of love and romance, or this is leaning towards a romance reading, love reading. Mother Mary, this could be a very nurturing relationship, or you're currently in a very nurturing relationship that is, you know, gonna have the passion, gonna be sensual, gonna be filled with love and peace and respect. And, you know, this person is gonna value you. The other thing is, you know, maybe you're coming out of, maybe you and this person have had some disagreements in the past, and this card is coming out to tell you, you know, let go of always having to be right, always having to be in control, always having to be, you know, I was in this relationship where, and I'm going to give you this example because this is a good example, okay? I love to garden. And for me, you know, if you're really attuned to something, okay, and you have that pull to garden, okay, I've done a lot of gardening in my 55 years of being on this planet. And so everything that I have done in my gardening, I've always had great success. Always. I've always been blessed with a bountiful garden if I did it my way. Okay? What I know. And sometimes, you know, it's not the traditional way, but, you know, if you try something and you get great results, you keep doing it. Well, I was in this relationship with this person, and one of the things that came up was on this piece of property that we own together were these huge bleeding heart plants. And I had said, you know, gee, next spring I really should dig those up, split them up, and, you know, spread them out in other places of the property so that they can keep growing and get bigger, because, you know, plants at a certain point, plants like that, they get overcrowded, right? So you got to kind of like break them up and, you know, let them be able to really rejuvenate. So, and that's how I've always done it with bleeding hearts, or any time that I've trimmed like lilacs and stuff like that. Okay, I've always done it in the spring. So this person went online and researched and researched and researched until they found something that, went against what I had shared with them. So that's what this is saying by, give up and relinquish always having to be right. Because even though something says something different, or you come, that doesn't mean that's the only way to do it. Okay? There are people that do everything, they read up on a plant and they do everything exactly the way it says, and the plant dies. Okay? Has a lot to do with chi, guys. The energy and the love that you put into something is what matters more than having to be right all the time. Because when you're in a place of having to be right all the time, you're not allowing your partner to come in, okay, and help nourish that relationship, help that relationship grow, help bring in the abundance and the prosperity and the love, light, and blessings, guys, right? Because, when you're always having to be right, always having to be right, always having to be right, guess what? You're draining this other person's energy because you're sucking from their energy. And, and then what happens when that happens? Well, then they stop sharing with you. Because, if you always have to be right and they're always going to be wrong, why bother? Right? Why bother? That was for some of you. I don't know. Sorry, my Cancer people, but for some reason, Spirit guided me to share that with you. So relinquish always having to be right. There's more than one way of doing things. There's more than one way of looking at things. Be open to that. And practice with little things first. Practice with little things first. And, that'll allow you to relinquish that always having to be right all the time. And you'll get there. I have faith in you guys. You will get there. Or cross watchers, if, you're watching this, this could be your energy, not necessarily your Cancerian's energy. Okay? Alrighty. Ooh, what is the crowning messages for my Cancerian spirit? What is the crowning message? Wow, 3 cards flipped. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, first card. Why? You guys are, when I see this card, I immediately think of my children when they were around, 4 years old. Mommy, where does the light come from? Well, it comes from electricity. Why, Mom? Well, electricity comes from those wires outside on those poles. Why, Mom? Well, because someone learned how to harness energy and put wires together so that, why, Mom? Like, you have very inquisitive minds. Like, you don't, and this is a great thing because, this is how you figure things out in life. This is how you experiment in life. This is truly being open to the knowledge, and Aquarians are the same way. I'm an Aquarian. You're always wanting to know more, the why, the how. And so, and this could be on a spiritual level. This could be, just always having that craving within you to learn more about situations, more about certain jobs, more about relationships, more about spirituality, more about anything, okay? This is just like craving for the knowledge, okay? Craving for the answers. Unfinished symphony, okay? So when I see this card, I, get a couple of messages here, but the message that I got right out the gate for you is that you have a new beginning, either a new beginning in something or something that has could have begun a while ago and you're halfway through the cycle. And maybe it is, you know, having to learn how to readjust this, always having to be right so that you can flourish, right? Bring back the sexuality and the sensual connection that was once there in this relationship. Because Spirit is saying, okay, you're wanting to know why. Okay, why things aren't the way they were when, you know, when we first started on this path, you know, and, you know, 15 years in, 20 years in, 30 years in, you know, something has diminished something, and you're searching for the answers. Why? And, you know, Spirit is saying, because they pulled away, because you drain their energy of you always having to be right. Okay? And Spirit is saying, but not all is lost. Your music is not done. Okay? And, you know, this is the number 10. 10 is all about new beginnings. So that you can, you know, recreate and improve on having something even better. Because see how, here's the other thing. See how this side of the keyboard almost looks faint and much smaller? And look at this side. How big the keys are. It's like it's going to be even bigger and better and more juicier and more loving than before. There you go. Because you're mending it. You're fixing it. You're fixing it. You're learning. You're learning how to mend this. You're learning how to fix this. Because you know what? There is a lot of love here, guys. I feel it. I feel it off the energy of the female card, and I feel it off the energy of the masculine card. Okay? I can feel the love there. I can feel the you know, nourishing part there. And whether it's male or female energy, it doesn't matter. And for some of you, one of you could be very, very religious, okay? The other one could be very spiritual, okay? Now, what do I mean by religious and spiritual? Because basically, you know, how we all believe in God, Creator, as long as it's in the highest good, it's all leading to the same place. But like, you may like to go to church every Sunday, okay? This person likes to meditate every day. Go out in nature every day. Doesn't matter who's the male, who's the female in these cards, okay? Because it can be reversed. If you're the female, you could be the one very spiritual, and you could be the male that wants to go to church every Sunday, or vice versa. It doesn't matter. But what matters is, you know, understanding each other, you know, bending a little, mending what needs fixing. Because you both do love each other. I feel a lot of love here, guys. A lot of love here. And I'm really feeling like, you know, Spirit is saying, you know, think back. Think back to the things that drew you guys together to begin with. You know, really sit and listen to each other. You know, let one person talk, and while that person's talk, just keep saying within your head, don't interrupt. Don't interrupt. Let them finish talking. And really listen to what they're saying. And then when they're done, the other person does the same thing with respect. Okay? Not to interrupt, not to really hear each other. Okay? And you know what, guys? If you need counseling, there's nothing wrong with that either. You know, just make sure, you know, it's someone neutral. you know, someone that, like, for instance, if you both go to therapy, okay, don't go to each other's therapist, okay? Find a neutral person, one that hasn't been treating either one of you, because I don't care what therapists say, and this is, you know, coming from someone who's been in and out of therapy for years, and actually, the last time I was in therapy was probably about, let's say 26 years ago. Um, because, you know, if I kind of feel like they're not really being, you know, if I go see the same therapist, right, for 10 years, and then all of a sudden I bring in this person who I've been talking to this therapist about for the last, you know, year, you know, they're kind of, I don't know. And this is just, again, guys, this is no disrespect to psychologists and psychiatrists out there. Okay, there's no disrespect meant here. Okay, none at all. I value and love and totally believe in therapy. Okay, um, but I kind of feel like, I don't know, having someone that's neutral, that's working with the both of you, really is hearing both sides, as opposed to like leaning more towards one side. You know, I don't feel like they can be impartial if they've been your therapist for 15 years and then all of a sudden you're bringing this other person in. I don't know. For me, I don't feel right with that. All right. So that being said, guys, Cancerians, dear Heavenly Father, universal energy, spirit guides, guardian angels, yeah, okay, I get it now. All right, I can see where this may be going. All righty. Okay, all right. Good, okay, good, good, okay, good. Two more cards, Spirit, please, two more cards. One more card, Spirit, one more card. One more card, Spirit, one more card, please. Yes, okay. Good, good. One more card, please. Okay, good. All right, I'm happy, very happy. Okay, guys, so this is what I'm getting, okay? First card out is the Three of Swords, okay? She's hurt. She's in pain. This could have to do with a third party situation, and your heart is broken. You're destroyed. Because, you know, maybe you've been with this person for years and years and you didn't ever expect that. But you knew something wasn't quite right. Okay? You knew something wasn't quite right. But what you're not seeing, okay, or may not be seeing, is that they love you. They're choosing you. This was just something that, you know, they felt was missing. Okay, so they chose this other party temporarily. They weren't ever going to leave you. Okay, they were not ever going to leave you. And how do I know that? Because see, here they are on the tip of your wing saying, you know, you are my one and only, but we lost something. And I was just trying to find, instead of reconnecting with you and coming to you and telling you how I really feel. And maybe they felt they couldn't come to you because you were always having to be right. Okay, or they were always having to be right. However these energies go, they interchange, guys. Okay, I'm just addressing you because I'm doing this reading. Okay, and that's the only reason why they had this affair. Okay, but no, this person truly loves you, truly loves you. And you know, this was okay. um okay, thank you, Spirit. um, okay, just give me a second, guys. Okay, all right, so sorry guys, it was just Spirit just said you need to rearrange a couple of the cards so that the story flows. Okay, and here's the interesting part, guys. I usually read with Spirit left to right. Your Spirit is saying, you know, go left, center, right. Okay, so that's why I had to rearrange a couple of things. So once you found out about this betrayal, you know, obviously this was very emotional for you. Very emotional for you. And this was, you know, like feeling like you were trapped, stuck between a rock and a hard place. You know, feeling like everything has died off. Okay, this could even have happened in the beginning of November, you know, going into the winter months, right? Because winter months are all about going within, looking at the shadows, diving down in the muck, seeing things for what they are, healing, shedding your skin, growing from the experiences, right? But you were very much feeling emotional, vulnerable, exposed, okay, and feeling very much trapped. Okay, that's what I feel from this card. But in actuality, all you had to do was just stand up and see, you know, or look up and see that there are blue skies above you. Not everything is as dark and dreary as it may seem, but this caused a sudden change in your situation. So maybe you guys are in separation right now and you're working on these issues, okay, to bring you guys back together again, because there is a lot of love here, guys. If I wish you could feel the energy that I feel off of these two cards right now. And you know what? Maybe Spirit made this happen so that you guys can realize the love you have again. It's always there. It's been there, okay? And, you know, the next card is the Eight of Swords. This is you guys, you know, relinquishing that pain, that hurt. You now understand. So you're putting down those swords And now the angels have come and they've turned those swords into beautiful feathers. Because now you both understand the truth to the situation. You are forgiving. You are seeing your own reflection in the air. You know, the other thing is these clouds almost look like a tornado. So you started down here in this tornado, but you worked through the storm. You worked through the storm, the tower moment, and now you're above the situation looking down on it. And realizing your part in it, their part in it, your feelings about each other, your feelings for him or her feelings for you. And, you know, maybe you guys are having this discussion at night. You know, the moon is also lies being revealed. You know, the other thing about the moon is moon energy dancing in the moonlight. Okay, is very magical. Okay, moon energy is very, very magical. That's why, you know, we have new moon, full moon rituals, because the energy of the moon is so powerful. So maybe you guys decide, you know, you're going to go somewhere where it's warm, where you could, you know, maybe sip a glass of wine in the moonlight and really have this heart-to-heart talk. Because, you know, you took the time to really think about what your options are here. You know, you have these 5 keys. You know, maybe you guys took a time out from each other. 5 weeks, 5 months. You know, asking God, praying to your loved ones, praying to God, meditating, wanting a new beginning. 9s are all about wishes fulfilled. Okay, wish fulfillments. Maybe you've been praying to God for this to heal, to find a way for your heart to be rejuvenated again, so that you can forgive this pain that happened. And you know, now you have the 10 of swords. Okay, but you're not looking at them as, you know, being stabbed in the back and no, you've learned from the situation. You grew from the situation. And, you know, you've taken those swords and you've turned them into feathers. Because why? When they were the 8 of swords, right? You pulled yourself back and you looked at this from a higher perspective, okay? And now you're like, I get it. I can come back down. And now you're blowing those feathers back up to God, the angels, the archangels, because Archangel Michael wrapped his wings around you and gave you the strength to get through this. And now you're like, thank you, Archangel Michael. Thank you, God. Thank you for lending me the warmth of your feathers, the healing energy, the strength to go through this and look at this. And you've relinquished those swords. The next card out you have is the Messenger of Water. This is, you know, emotional communication. See how I usually look at this card as a blessing, and it is a blessing. Okay, it's an emotional blessing. Okay, but you're the bigger person now. And when I say that, I don't mean that in like you're above this person, okay, that did this to you. And oh, you're standing like, in your power and da da da. Da. No. You've changed through this. See how beautiful you look now? And see this seahorse? See how small? Okay, that's how he's feeling now because he knows how much he hurt you or she hurt you. And, they really do love you. And you're going to have to make a decision here. Okay? You're going to have to make a decision here, but I feel like you're going to make the right decision. Because, here's the Two of Swords. Okay? And you're at a point where for some of you, even though you've grown, okay, you're not completely seeing your part in all of this, okay? And there's two parts to everything, guys. It's not all one person's fault. It's not all the other person's fault, okay? You both, and I know I'm going to get probably a lot of flack from this, but you both manifested what happened. And maybe you both manifested it because you wanted to rejuvenate this relationship. You wanted to bring the passion back into it, the love back into it. And so, Spirit, the divine, stepped in and gave you this tower moment because you two weren't communicating this to each other. Because when you did, you would bicker and you would fight because one of you were always having to be right. So Spirit ripped off your blindfold and said, now you're going to have to look at it. And you do look at it, okay? I think there's going to be a very, very positive outcome here. All right, let me go with the... I'm going to go with the Rider-Waite for what is the outcome of, but I really feel like with the mending and the unfinished symphony, I really feel like you guys are rebuilding this and making it stronger than ever. That's what Spirit is telling me. That if you want to, there is a river of love here. An never-ending river of love here. But you just got to get out of that mindset of always having to be right, or they have to get out of that mindset of always having to be right. Dear Spirit, Heavenly Father, too many cards, the divine, what is the outcome or potential outcome of this situation for my Cancer people, Spirit? What is the potential outcome? What is the potential outcome? Thank you, Spirit. Yes. 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 Oh, I'm telling you guys. Whew, the emotions here. The emotions. Yeah, that's the problem. You guys had a lot of fighting and conflict and, always fighting over who was right, who was wrong. No one is right all the time, guys. No one. No one. Hear me? Not me, not you, not the kids, not the aunt, the uncle, the mother, the father. No one is always right. Okay? So either you or your partner needs to understand that and come to that realization. Okay? Because, you guys are looking at the horizon, wondering, do I give this, what are my options here? Maybe, you know, you're thinking about moving, relocating, having a brand new start. Okay? Because this person is a beautiful person. This person is very much connected with their emotions, their love, their caring, and their nurturing. And, you know, yeah, they may seem a little immature from time to time, but that's just because they are so connected to their feelings. And they do love you. Endlessly, they love you. And you can have that new beginning, moving, relocating, moving your whole family for some of you, and have that happiness again, that breath of fresh air in this relationship, because Spirit is handing it to you. The blessings are going to constantly be flowing. This is abundance. This is unconditional love. This is soulmate energy that I'm feeling in this reading. So guys, from my heart to yours, you know, really, you know, you've moved away from the hurt. You see things, you both see things now clearly. And I really feel like you guys are going to be relocating, starting afresh, you know, moving away. And this is Spirit giving you this new beginning. The cup is overflowing with love, emotions, blessings. And it's been handed to you from the divine, because you both asked for this, to find your way back to each other again. And here you have it. So, you know, please guys, if this does resonate with you, hit the like, share, and subscribe button. And please let me know if this resonates with you. Leave me a comment down below. And as always, guys, from my heart to yours, love, light, and blessings, and abundance of it. Thank you, guys.